Welcome to Reread. Today I'm going to go over two issues in the Marvel Star Wars series, issues 58 and 59 here. In 58, while traveling through some kind of space anomaly or something, the entire crew of the Rebel Alliance is knocked out. The entire fleet is knocked out, except for the only two droids in the fleet, C-3PO and R2-D2, who are, working on a comm link with Leia, who's somewhere else, to try to save the fleet before it's too late. And they will, but I kind of thought about that. It's like, are they the only droids? Out of all the fleet, there's no other droids that can help them out. It's not said. And overall, the issue is kind of weak. Not kind of weak, it's very weak. So let me skip to 59, which has a lot more things to talk about. This is happening at the same time, too, because they kind of show Lando and Luke's story a little bit in this. And then, it's like basically a teaser for 58. It's like, hey, look, I know 58 sucks, but come back and see us in 59. We have Luke and Lando, and that's much better. So Luke and Lando are in the Falcon. They're flying to this planet to meet this guy called Ferret. He runs a junkyard. He's not very trustworthy, says Lando, but he has some busted up TIE fighters that he'll sell to the Rebel Alliance, and of course they want those. So Lando and Luke take his little shuttle to go out there and kind of, I guess, use their tractor beam to pull out the TIE fighters and bring them back for the Rebel Alliance to pick up. But they don't trust Ferret at all, so they leave Chewbacca with Ferret to make sure he doesn't do anything underhanded, because he's always about betrayal. And Ferret's like, curses, because he wants to betray them. Well, when they get to when they find the TIE fighters on the planet, there's this giant slug that's chasing them, trying to kill them, and it's immune to blasters. And I don't think Luke has much luck with a lightsaber either, so they have to run away from it. They come across a band of basically space hobos who have basically been living in the pile of junk. It may not look like much, but it's our home, is what they're saying. But yeah, that darn space slug or whatever is terrorizing them too. But they know that Ferret, who runs the junkyard, has a sonic weapon on his ship that should knock out the slug. And it looks like, what? We got his ship. So Lando has to distract the slug while Luke goes to the ship. Lando is about to die because the slug's coming at him. So Lando shoots him and he falls over. And Lando's like, whoa, I must have hit a weak spot. I killed him. I can't wait to tell this story. I'll be a legend. The first person to ever kill a garbage slug or whatever. And Luke pops out of the shuttle and goes, Lando, it worked. I hit the sonic gun straight at him and he passed out. So you kind of already knew that was going to happen. But meanwhile, Ferret does try to betray them. And what he does is, unfortunately, Chewie is right underneath a weapon. How convenient, right? So Ferret acts like he's taking a business call, hits a button underneath his desk, and this gel casing comes over Chewbacca. And at first I thought he was like frozen in the gel. And as Ferret's sitting there taunting him later on during the adventure, Chewbacca's moving inside of the gel. So it just made like a big cocoon coating of him, but he could stay inside. I guess he can breathe too inside of it. But he's like, oh, don't, he said, don't save your energy, my Wookiee friend. You'll never break through. And of course, Chewbacca breaks through. He's like, oh, you must excuse me. I must be leaving now. And he runs away. Of course, Chewbacca's going to grab him. Ferret will not get away. And basically, that's it. That's it. That's all it is. And they get the TIE fighters. Now, the TIE fighters are, at first I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Do they ever talk about these TIE fighters? And yes, that's what the whole next adventure is. In fact, they use these TIE fighters. Red Squadron does, which I guess is pre-Rogue Squadron. Either way, they're going to start using these TIE fighters for future missions. So this issue does serve a purpose and does propel the storyline forward. So for that reason, it's not so bad. But 58, not so good either. All right, folks, that's it for now. See you next time.